Hello, welcome back to my channel. 2024 has flown by, and here we are in October already. Halloween is just around the corner. Have you decided what you'll be this year? In this video, I am going to show you how I recreated this iconic little black dress from the movie Breakfast at Tiffany's. If you haven't seen this 1961 classic film, it's about the main character Holly Golightly, an eccentric and glamorous New York socialite. As she navigates life, love, and self-discovery, forming a complex relationship with her new neighbor, a struggling writer. In the opening scene of the movie, the little black dress that was worn by Audrey Hepburn and designed by Givenchy has been described as one of the most iconic clothing items of the 20th century. Here is the silhouette of the dress. To recreate this look, I am going to use the basic dress block that I have made from my previous tutorial how to create a custom fit wrap dress. You can download this block for free using the link in the description. So let's get it started. In the 3D window, I have uploaded the woven dress block on the avatar. First, I will choose a material type. In the movie, the dress was made of black Italian satin. I will change the fabric physical property to a satin in Property Editor. When replicating a costume, having more reference photos or sketches will be a big help. I placed the silhouette sketch behind the avatar to remind me while making the pattern. First, use internal line to draw a waist seam on front and back bodice. Right-click and choose Cut and Sew. Next, the dress in the movie only has 2 front darts. I need to eliminate the side seam darts. Hold Shift and select both side seam dart legs. Right-click and choose Edit Darts. Click OK, then hit Enter or Return key to finish. Doing this will make sure your dart legs length match exactly. Right-click on the dart again and select Rotate Dart. Then click the front dart end point. Click the side front panel. Slide to close the side dart and click. Move cursor to your preferred dart length and click again to end the function. Simulate to check if there's any issue. Right-click on center front seams and choose Cut and Sew. Delete left front bodice. Right-click on center front seam and choose Unfold. Use sewing tools to reconnect the left front bodice to the back and left front skirt. Click Simulate and make sure everything is sewn correctly. Everything fits fine, and I can start adjusting the fit of the top bodice. The dress in the movie has a very fitted top, so I need to take in from the side seams to reduce the ease. Also, I need to adjust dart size. One thing I like to mention: when your top only has front darts, because the dart size is huge, it's easy to make it looks very pointy at the end of the dart. To avoid the pointy looking dart, I will curve the end section of the dart leg near the point. This way, you will get a smooth curve finishing. After adjusting the fit, I can start adding internal lines according to the silhouette from the sketch. If you are not sure where to start with the style line, what I will do is to draw lines on the reference photos to determine the position of the pattern piece. For this dress, I can tell the shoulder strap started from the middle of the shoulder seam, and the front neck drop is around 1.5 to 2 inches. Once I finish the internal lines, Select them, right-click and choose Cut and Sew. Using the same method, I can add the style line to the back bodice. From the reference photo, I can see the back neck piece ended around the armpit, and how much the lower back bodice curve on the top. By the way, when drawing the lower back curve shape, place the front armhole panel next to it, so you can follow the front curve shape to get a nice smooth continuous curve line. Now the back style lines are done, select all the internal lines and choose Cut and Sew. Delete all the extra cut out pieces. Click Simulate to make sure there's no problem. Right-click on lower back seams and choose Merge. Use Smooth Curve to reshape top and bottom curve lines. Remove baselines with Trace tool. The top is pretty much done. I just need to do some minor tweaking. Now the fit is good and I will freeze the top bodice. Moving on to the skirt portion. First, I need to increase the skirt length. Select all the bottom skirt segment lines. Right-click and choose Offset Pattern Outline. Enter the distance amount and click OK. Delete all the baselines. And remove all the unnecessary points by converting them to curve points. By the way, there are many ways you can add the skirt length. You can select all the bottom skirt segment lines. Hold Shift and drag them to the length you desire. Or, you can use Move Style Line from 3D Window toolbar. Click on the skirt hem line and move it down to add length. You can choose whatever you prefer to use. Back to the skirt pattern. This skirt has shirring around the waist. To add shirring, first, I will delete the waist darts. Remove unnecessary points. Remove all the sewing lines and reconnect to the top bodice. Click Simulate to make sure it fits right. Using Edit Sewing tool to close the side seams. Givenchy made 3 duplicates of this dress. The movie version didn't have any side slit, but the one from Givenchy Archive does. To make it more practical, I will keep the left side slit. Next, I need to add fullness to the waist. There are two different ways you can do. For the front, I will use fullness point tool. Add points to both top and bottom segments to determine where I want the slash. Go to 2D window toolbar and choose fullness point function. Click the point from the bottom skirt segment. Then click the top skirt segment point. Click and move the piece you want to slash open. At the same time, right-click to bring out spread window. This way you can enter the distance amount. So all your slash will be the same. For the back skirt panel, I am going to use fullness line function. Click center back and side back points from waist seam to select this segment. Then do the same to select skirt hemline. After selecting both lines, the fullness window will appear. Choose the direction you want to slash open. Enter the distance moved amount. The first segment line you select will be the fullness line. And the second segment will be the slash line. In this case, waistline was the first segment I selected. So I added the distance moved amount to the fullness line length. Once finishing adding fullness, click Simulate. It's too curvy on the side seam, so I need to reshape them. It looks much better now. I will remove all the slash lines by using the trace tool. Merge center front and center back seam. Unfreeze top bodice and click Simulate to make sure the skirt fits correctly with the top. Remove unnecessary points on the waist segment. Select front and back skirt waistline. Go to Property Editor and turn on Elastic function. Lower ratio until the waistline doesn't stretch out. Also, you can turn on shearing effect to give it a more realistic look. Finally, the dress pattern is done. The last part is to add a side zipper. Choose material type and color. Now the dress pattern is completed. I can start adding accessories to style the costume. For this outfit, other than the dress itself, the other focal point was how the pearl necklace was placed around the neckline. Here I will show you the quick way to create this necklace to style the garment. If you are doing jewelry design or you need a close-up rendering of the accessory, this way won't work because it won't give you the intricate details and shape from the design. So, to make this necklace, the first thing is to use ellipse tool to create an oval shape. Select the oval shape outline, right-click to add a 2 inches offset internal oval shape. Select internal oval shape, right-click and convert to whole. Adjust the center back curve of the internal oval shape and make center back section wider. Rotate this piece in 3D window and place around the neckline on avatar. Click Simulate to let it drape around the neck. Use internal polygon tool to cut out partial of the center front oval shape and merge them back to form a rectangle pattern for the centerpiece. To make the necklace drape flat and smoothly around the neck, I will use internal line tool to create some cutout. Delete them and merge the pieces back together. Then reshape the curve. Now the piece fits well on the avatar. I can start working on the centerpiece. First I will add horizontal internal lines. Use Fold Arrangement tool from 3D window toolbar to curve this pattern slightly. Strengthen and add thickness to it. Select the pattern, right-click and choose Layer Clone Under. Right-click the new under layer piece and remove linked editing. Delete all the internal lines and change thickness back to 0. Make sure the under layer piece is at the center of the necklace. Freeze the pattern. Click Simulate to make sure all the layers fits correctly. Remove all internal lines from the top layer centerpiece. Use Graphic tool to upload the centerpiece design. Adjust the picture size to fit close to the edge of the pattern. Delete the bottom layer piece and do not simulate until the centerpiece is finished. Use internal polygon tool to trace the outline of the design and cut out the extra portion. When doing this, I will recommend to trace the design by section. It's hard to draw a curved line in such tiny and intricate design. Lower particle distance to 5 or under will help to get a smoother curve shape. It needs to be a continuous line without any breaking point to be able to right-click and cut it. If the internal line is not connected, just select the points, right-click and choose Join Overlapping Points. For the holes within the design, after creating the internal shape, you can right-click and choose Convert to Hole instead of cutting it. It took me around 30 minutes to finish tracing the centerpiece. Remember to turn off curved side geometry in Property Editor, so you will get a clean sharp edges. Now I need to make a new bottom layer piece to keep the shape. Assign a new material to the bottom layer and change opacity to 0 to make it transparent. Freeze the bottom layer. The other option you can do it is to export this centerpiece as an OBJ and import it back so you don't need to have the bottom layer to maintain the shape. The last part. To make the centerpiece more realistic and 3-dimension in render, I will add normal and displacement map to the graphic. Then, I will add different size and type of buttons to the centerpiece to simulate the look of the rhinestones and pearls from the original design. Make sure to turn off the collision in Property Editor for all the buttons, so you don't get any issue during simulation. Now the centerpiece is done. The next step is to add pearls. If you watch my previous tutorial of how to create sequin, embroidery and beaded trims, you should have an idea how to make pearl necklace by using top stitch function. Here I will do a quick demonstration. First, I need to create a ball shape. Use ellipse tool to create a circle pattern. Lower particle distance to 1. Add thickness to this pattern. Scale down the pattern and adjust thickness until you get a perfect smooth round ball shape. You don't need to scale it down to the actual pearl size, because you will be able to adjust the size when you import it back later. Apply pearl texture to the ball. Export as OBJ. Back to the necklace pattern. Add 4 internal lines to the piece. Go to Object Browser, under Top Stitch. Select Default Top Stitch and go to Property Editor. Choose OBJ for type, and 0 for the offset. Under Specification, Shape. Click the plus sign to bring out Add OBJ Top Stitch window. Click the OBJ4 square icon to import the Pearl OBJ that I saved earlier. Change length, width, and space to your preference. Use either segment top stitch or free top stitch tool to apply the trim to the internal line on the necklace pattern. Adjust the top stitching size and the internal line length until all the pearl shape look right on the necklace pattern. Change material type to silk satin. Assign a new fabric to the necklace pattern and lower opacity to 0 to make the piece transparent. Render the image to see if you need to adjust more. And there. I am 90% done with this outfit. The last part is adding final touch to complete the look of this dress. First, I downloaded this free gloves from Connect Clothes Set website. All I need to do was adding length and changed color. The next accessory I am adding is the white scarf. It's pretty simple. Just make a rectangle pattern. And use Fold 3D garment to fold the scarf, so I will be able to place it on the avatar later. Here I have the outfit in the final rendering pose. I just need to place the scarf to the arm and add sunglasses. And the costume is finally done and ready for rendering. Here is the final result. I hope after watching this video, it will inspire you to create some amazing Halloween costumes and learn more about using Clo 3D software. You can download this black dress for free, just use the link in the description. I will also attach the link if you like to watch the opening scene from this movie. Thank you for watching. Please leave your comments. And don't forget to click like and subscribe.